this video, I'm going to show you how you can go from broke to retired in 10 years and how you can do it on a normal income. Next, I'm going to go into detail and explain how the early retirement calculation works, just in case you think I've got my maths wrong. Finally, I'm going to show you the results of a number of different savings and stock market return scenarios, showing you how the year of achieving financial freedom changes depending on the amount you save and the returns you get in the stock market. In this calculation, I will show you how at the end of 8 years, the return on your investments will exceed your annual expenses. This makes a few key assumptions shown in the assumption box above the calculation. 1. That you're able to save £1,000 or dollars a month. 2. That you are able to achieve an average return of 15% in the stock market each year. 3. That your monthly expenses are £2,000 or dollars a month or less. This translates into an annual living cost of £24,000 or dollars. This calculation shows that if you're able to save and get a reasonable investment return, the modest profits of £1,800 in year 1 grow to £12,000 in year 5, and then by the end of year 8, your investment profits exceed your annual expenses. Now, if you wait until the end of year 10, your investment profits are £10,000 more than your living expenses. This is what I mean when I talk about retiring or living off your investments. If you can just be disciplined and save £1,000 or dollars a month and put it to work in the stock market, you can go from nothing to having financial freedom in 10 years. So in this section, we're going to explain to you how the investment return calculation works. It's simple maths, nothing complicated. So the total amount that you save each year, 1,000 times 12, gives you £12,000 in annual savings. This goes into the new capital invested column in year 1 and also goes into the total investment capital column in year 1. So the annual investment profits column uses the figure in the total invested capital column and multiplies it by the average return figure in the assumptions. And in year 1, that's 12,000 times 15%, which gives you an £1,800 profit. Now, to get to the total invested capital for year 2, we take the year 1 figure of £12,000, add to it the profits of year 1, £1,800, and add to it the new investment in year 2 of £12,000, and we land up with a figure of £25,800. So this is the total amount we now have to invest. That £25,000 multiplied by the average return of 15% gives you a profit of almost £3,900 in year 2. This diagram shows all the elements of the calculation together. And though it may look a bit complicated, when you break it down into its components, it's just simple maths. Now let's do some scenario analysis. Let's take our original calculation and see what happens when you increase the average investment return to 20%. As you can see, the point at which investment returns exceed yearly expenses decreases to year 7 from year 8. Also at year 10, you have 311k at 20% compared to 243k at 15%. Now let's see what happens if we increase the average investment return to 25%. You see that the financial freedom year decreases to year 5 from the original year 8. And you have 399k in year 10 compared to 243k in the original scenario. Now let's see what happens if you increase the amount that you save each month from £1,000 to £1,500. Once again, the financial freedom year decreases from year 8 to year 7, and you have 365k in year 10 versus 243k. But then what happens if you save $1,500 a month and achieve a 20% return? Well, your financial freedom year decreases to year 5, and you have 467k in year 10. Now, I've run a number of scenarios focusing on what year you achieve financial freedom by changing the amount you save each month and the return you achieve, and the results are shown in this chart. So if you look at the highlighted scenario, saving $500 a month, earning a 20% return, you can achieve financial freedom in 9 years. However, if you earn a return of less than 20%, you will not achieve financial freedom within 10 years. In this next example, if you ramp up the return to 30%, you achieve financial freedom in 7 years. This example shows that you need a minimum return of 15%, saving £1,000 a month, to achieve financial freedom within 10 years. And this example shows that if you save £2,000 a month, you only need a 10% return to achieve freedom within 10 years. And then finally, with $2,000 saved a month and a 30% return, you can achieve financial freedom in 3 years. Something to notice is there is a flattening of the year of freedom. So if you save $1,000 a month, whether you get 25% or 30% return, you still have the same freedom year. Or if you save $2,000 a month, a 30% return will only get you freedom 2 years earlier than if you earn 15%, compared to 5 years earlier if you earn 10%. I hope this video has helped you see just how powerful compound interest is when it comes to growing money. And if you want to learn how to put your money to work in the stock market, sign up for my investing course at GetRichSlow.net or click on the link below. Stick around for the next video where I show you how to get money if you don't have any. You don't need to win the lottery or have rich parents. What I'm going to share is what I believe are the 5 key principles to getting money as a normal, ordinary person. See you in the next video. Cheers.